Okay, Mr. Dormammu man.
Dormammu? 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 That ugly pillock isn't fit to clean my glorious...
Based on the title of this video, if you have not seen all 6 episodes of Ironheart, what are you doing here? I mean, I appreciate you being here, being on the channel, clicking the video, liking the video, hopefully subscribing to the channel. But if you have not seen all of the episodes of Ironheart, we're about to spoil it because we're talking about everything, all the hot takes, all the pros, the cons, the questions going in to maybe a season 2. So if you have not seen all the episodes of Ironheart and you want a non-spoiler review, we have that on the channel. This time we're releasing a spoiler-free review of Ironheart and a spoiler review of Ironheart at the same time, so you can watch whichever one you need to watch and you don't have to miss out on anything. So let's get started. So let me start out by saying shout out to Ryan Coogler. Ryan Coogler has not missed in the MCU yet. Black Panther was a hit. Wakanda Forever, really good. And now we got Ironheart. As long as the MCU lets Ryan Coogler do what he wants to do and complete his vision, then they're going to win. Like, he's one of those ones now. He's stamped, he's labeled. He doesn't miss. It is what it is at this point. He's one of them ones. And shout out to the directors of Ironheart, Samantha Bailey and Angela Barnes, 2 black women. They both directed 3 episodes at a time. One of them got to direct the first 3 and the other one got to direct the second 3. I liked how they only had 2 directors for 6 episodes because I still believe that continuity matters. I think having one director have one vision for a arc of a show matters, as opposed to having 6 different directors or 4 different directors. Just having 2 for a 2-arc television show made a lot of sense, and I think it showed in the standard and quality of the TV show. And hopefully these 2 directors, their names are on the list of Marvel or DC or whatever, where they can kind of continue to grow and get more opportunities. And the last shout out is going to be to the haters, to the review bombers, to the sexist, to the racist losers out there. This show got more online support than any show that Marvel has released in a long while. Like, more than Deadpool, more than Loki, Agatha All Along, Echo. All you hating ass losers made this show the most popular show on Disney Plus. So shout out to you guys. I hope you guys, I'm not going to say what I'm going to say because I might get demonetized for saying stuff like that, but you guys know who you are. You guys suck. Go away. Anyways, we're going to talk first. We are doing spoilers, so I do want to kind of talk about the cons of this show, and there's really not many. It's super nitpicky. One of the cons, Riri opening her mask to talk. Like, it's obviously an MCU thing where any superhero that has a mask on has to open up the mask to talk. There was a scene after one of the heists where Riri opened up the mask and she was left vulnerable, and the cop or security guard could have shot her in the face. There was absolutely no reason for her to open up the mask to that suit, especially considering that she was talking to Natalie, who was an AI who could be inside the suit, and they could talk that way. But, like, it's a pet peeve of mine. I didn't really notice it until Ant-Man 2, Ant-Man 3, and ever since then, it's just been like, every time someone needs to talk, they gotta open up their mask, and it's just annoying. They mentioned Tony Stark a lot in episode 1, like a whole lot. To the point where it's kind of like, okay, we get it. If you're a comic book fan, you know that Riri Williams is a big Tony Stark super fan. In the TV show, it was her stepdad that was a big Stark fan, so, like, I get it, but, bro, it was a lot. Go back and rewatch episode 1. They mentioned Tony Stark's name a whole lot. And my last con is Joe/Ezekiel's storyline. It felt really accelerated, like his character development. It just felt like his character could have used another episode. Like, it went from super not assertive, scared, would cry randomly kind of guy to a super lightning spewing mind control mute. Like, he went through a lot in a short amount of time. I still enjoyed him as a character. I just think he needed a little bit more time and a little bit of growth in his character. Now let's get to the pros of this show. the suit. Riri's suit is badass. Like, I thought the first one looked cool. The second suit, holy shit. That was an awesome looking suit. Now, this show apparently was filmed like 3 years ago. And in that time, while they were figuring out when and where to release this, they spent time behind the scenes working on the special effects, working on the graphics, everything to make this show look like a movie. And it shows. It shows whenever she gets in that suit. It shows during the fight scenes. It was just an incredibly shot TV show. And what I like about her suit is that we didn't have to rely on the nanotech style of suiting up. Like, I like the old school, like Iron Man 1 through 2 style of just like actually suiting up, getting in the suit and the suit coming onto you, instead of just relying on, well, the nanotech, the suit's everywhere, so I always have the suit no matter what. And it just, when you have a suit that isn't just on you all the time, it kind of reminds you that, like, Riri and even Tony Stark back in the day they were vulnerable. Like, they could get got if they didn't have that suit. But with this show and with Tony Stark before, they still were able to be capable of handling themselves without the suit. So I still liked the old school suit ups in Ironheart. The next thing that I really enjoyed and I thought was really interesting was the back and forth between Riri and the AI version of Natalie. I found it interesting because it wasn't like how, and I guess I'm doing the thing that I was complaining about with mentioning Tony Stark a lot, but with Tony Stark's AI would just do whatever Tony said. It would just kind of blindly follow him. Would Friday, Jarvis, everything. Whenever he called for something, right there. Whenever he told him to do something, they would do it. With Riri and Natalie, there was like a push and pull, a little tug of war, where Natalie would kind of push back and be like, no, we're not going to do that. Let's try this, and would be a little bit more assertive. And that probably came from the scene with where she met Riri's mom, and she kind of like, you know, how do I get closer to Riri? And it's just like, you got to be assertive. And when it came to Natalie, the difference between her and other AIs that we've seen in the MCU is that it seemed like she wanted to be human. You know, like she felt emotions. And she even felt more human than Vision did. And as I continued to watch the show, there was parts of me that was like, is this like does AI Natalie have a soul? You know, like just the amount of emotion and feeling and memory, all these emotes that she had, it just made me feel like it was an actual person and not just something that Riri created. One thing that I thought was really cool about the show is the different title sequences. Like, you never knew where the title sequence was going to show up, how it was going to look. So it kind of kept you engaged, as opposed to other shows where, you know, they have the typical theme song, you just skip the intro and just move along. With this, it was like, all right, we're locked in from the beginning because you don't want to miss the title sequence. So I really enjoyed that. It's a minor thing, but I did like it. Big thing, Mephisto. We finally got Mephisto. People have been clamoring for this guy for a long time, and it was good to see him on the screen. I'm not gonna lie, the very first scene of him, I didn't really buy it. I didn't buy him in the first scene, and it maybe it was his hair or what he was wearing, but as I saw him more and more, and as he talked, and as his role grew, and as what he wanted to do and what he was about, once I started to figure out, okay, this is what he's trying to do, this is his plan, then it was like, okay, we need more of this guy. I would love to see more of Mephisto in the MCU, whether it be in season 2 of Ironheart, or in Agatha All Along, or in a WandaVision, put this guy in everything. And everything from, you know, how he talked, the different accents, later on with his style and just his presence on the screen, it just kind of, it really stood out to you. And it really felt like you could sense the charm You know, when people speak of the devil, it's like, how do people fall for this? How do people just listen to, you know, these terrible things and know that this guy is not a good, like, Riri knew that Mephisto put Parker through hell, like literally put that man through hell, and she still dealt with him. She still was able to just be like, you know what, let me see if I can try to make something work. And it's the charisma, it's almost like the sex appeal, it's you're just drawn to him and you just can't not want to be in his presence. And that was like almost the perfect way to present the Mephisto character in the MCU. And this is like a perfect mix when it comes to Riri's character using magic and tech. This is the perfect way for the MCU to introduce the variant Tony Stark as Doctor Doom using magic and technology. Like, if we happen to see Doctor Doom in an Iron Man suit using magic, we're not going to be so thrown aback by it, because it's like, whoa, we've never seen anything like this. With Ironheart, now we know that this is a possibility, that we could see we could see Doctor Doom using the magic of Doctor Strange with the technology of Tony Stark. And that was something that I was looking forward into seeing how they would implement that in the show. And I feel like they did a perfect job mixing the technology that Riri had and the natural healing, witchcraft, sage that Riri's mom and her friend and the other sorcerers would use. It was almost like a perfect blend. And if I'm being honest, this might be the first show where at the very end I was like, okay, I need a season 2 of this. Like, I need this show to keep going. I need this story to continue. Whereas with, like, you know, I enjoyed Miss Marvel, and I was like, okay, now I'm ready to see her in the Marvels. I enjoyed WandaVision. Okay, I'm ready to see her in Doctor Strange. I enjoyed Captain America and Falcon. Okay, I'm ready to see them in Captain America 4. With Ironheart, with Riri, and her getting Natalie back in the end and making the deal with the literal devil, I want to see Ryan Coogler. I want Ryan Coogler's vision to be fulfilled in this. Like, I don't want there to be any loose ends. And what I like about Coogler's content on the MCU is that it seems confined. Like with Black Panther 1 and 2, it's always on. It's pretty. There's no like outside Avengers coming in. There is no special big time cameos in his movies. It's all confined to his story. And I felt like that was the same with Ironheart. And so I would like for him to either produce a season 2 or produce them. I don't know if I want a movie. I'd have to think about that. I really enjoyed the TV show. I'm kind of upset that they tried to bury it by putting it out 3 episodes at a time in 2 weeks. I thought that was I didn't like that, because it just kind of seems like they're trying to bury it and get it out there and get it out the way quickly. But I would, you know what, I'm going to say it. I would like a season 2. I would like Ryan Coogler to come back and produce it. I would like him to get 2 more black female directors, and hopefully maybe get a few more episodes, maybe an 8-episode season, kind of just so we don't have to rush through anything. But I would like this vision to be completed. But let me know what you guys think. Where does Ironheart rank when it comes to the best MCU TV shows? Thumbs up, thumbs down. Let me know in the comments. Drop a like, subscribe to the channel. I'll see you on the next one. Peace.
Thanks for watching, babe. Make sure to like this video and subscribe to the channel.